FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
That one of the most damaging ideas in economics is what I call the doctrine of the cathartic recession. The theory that we've had excesses, we had bubbles. Yes, we did have excesses and bubbles, but somehow it's for the best if everybody suffers for a long time. And if loans don't get made for a long time, and if we maximize the number of bankruptcies and have prolonged unemployment for a long time, that it'll teach everybody a very valuable lesson. I think that's a profoundly misguided view. I think recessions like the one we're suffering now have very substantial costs. You look at how much R&D budgets are slashed. You look at the lack of job prospects for people who are graduating with engineering degrees from the country's colleges. You look at what happens to people who are out of work for more than a year and what happens to their capacity to be productively employed going forward. You look at what happens to the dynamism in the economy, how much people are changing jobs and jumping from one business to another. So I think that addressing the recession, addressing 10.2% unemployment is a matter of very great urgency. It's not something that's going to be fixed in a week or a month or a year. After all, these problems weren't made in a week or a month or a year. And it'll take time, and it'll take step by step on a lot of different elements of creating jobs, whether it's focusing on assuring that there are adequate flows of finance, that there are adequate work on the infrastructure of the country, making sure that businesses have the right kinds of incentives. There are a lot of things that need to be done. So it'll take time to have this expansion mature, but I see no reason why there should be some new normal idea that the potential growth of the country is going to be 2% or is going to be substantially reduced by what's happened. If you look at productivity growth in the last several quarters, it's actually been remarkably rapid, above 8% on some measures. Now, that's a reflection of what's happening in terms of there not being enough rehiring. But I don't see the argument that there has been some permanent loss of potential in the economy, and I think the priority has to be putting people back to work, driving the economy forward. And by the way, putting people back to work, bringing employment back to normal levels, that's also going to be the single largest factor when it happens that's going to bring down the federal budget deficit. So it's desirable fiscal policy as well.